Hello, everybody. Previously, I talked about some of the techniques or coping strategies that you could use to help you cope and manage with specifically anger. But those techniques, such as pausing before you can respond in order to reduce anger and to avoid being reactive, they are linked to effective communication. Similar strategies could also be applied in different other situations where you find yourself becoming dysregulated. And right now, I just want to talk about one other technique or strategy. We call it HALT, HALT. And I will explain in a bit what HALT stands for. This is a mindfulness technique that can help you to identify and to manage triggers. The H in HALT stands for hungry. The A stands for angry. L stands for loneliness. And T stands for tiredness. HALT. I don't know if you have noticed that when you are hungry, you tend to be easily irritable. Hunger can lead to irritability and poor decision making, whilst anger or being angry can be triggered by resentment, and it may intensify more anger. Whereas loneliness, feelings of being isolated, may create emotional emptiness or emotional void. Hence, it's very important that when you are feeling dysregulated, you assess yourself using these. And it's also important to avoid the loneliness by connecting with safe people, not toxic people, and having a healthy social support system or support network, friends and family that can be there for you. And tiredness, I don't know if any one of you may have experienced that when you are tired or fatigued, often you become irritable as well, that you don't feel like engaging because you're exhausted, because you are tired, and you become moody probably, because fatigue may reduce effective judgment and it may reduce your ability to manage anger, and it may contribute to you becoming easily triggered. Therefore, it's essential to get rest and enough sleep to reduce grumpiness and intense anger. HALT is a self-care emotional regulation tool. It's actually designed to help you identify and address the 4 common triggers that increase your vulnerability to stress. If you're a person with substance use disorder, it can help you manage your vulnerability to relapse and to poor decision making. So when you are hungry, when you are angry, when you are lonely and tired, tendencies are you become more irritable, moody, your mood may shift, your energy level shifts, and you become more sensitive, that even situations or things that under normal circumstances wouldn't be annoying or frustrating or triggering anger will end up triggering anger. So by pausing, by halting, you halt to check for these areas. You halt to be able to give yourself time to address underlying physical and emotional needs than being reactive. So let me break it down and say, when you are experiencing the tendency to lash out to people and irritability and easily being triggered, be asking yourself this. Check for physical hunger. That can lead to irritation or poor impulsive decisions and choices. Also, check if you are angry. Assess feelings of anger, frustration, or resentment that can lead to lashing out or unhealthy outbursts. So you ask yourself, am I hungry right now? How am I feeling? Am I physically hungry right now? And I just saw myself lashing out to my daughter, lashing out to my child, lashing out to my partner. Am I hungry? Could I be hungry right now? Says if you're hungry, am I angry? Because when you have underlying anger in you, tendency are that when somebody wants your attention, you may find yourself responding in anger. Also, be asking yourself, how am I feeling? How am I feeling honestly? Am I feeling lonely? Am I disconnected from people that I care about, people that I love? Recognize feelings of isolation that can prompt you to reach out to others if you realize, I think I've been feeling isolated. I think I've been feeling alone. I've been feeling disconnected from friends, from family, from relatives. So then once you have assessed, then make an attempt to be intentional about reaching out to reduce the risk of feeling isolated and then ending up engaging in self-destructive behaviors as a way of coping with loneliness. Some people then sink into depression and engage in risky behaviors such as taking substances, using cannabis, taking more alcohol because they are trying to address the loneliness that they are feeling. Emotional isolation, the physical isolation that they may be feeling. So you assess for that. Then you examine yourself also and say, but how am I physically feeling? Am I tired? Have I been working too hard? What time did I knock off? Did I get enough sleep? Did I get enough food? How am I feeling? Am I feeling exhausted? Am I feeling depleted physically? Am I feeling tired? Or am I feeling emotionally depleted? Tired emotionally, tired cognitively, or tired physically? Check for fatigue, because fatigue can reduce your mental resilience and can make it harder for you to manage your cravings or your emotional distress. You say, okay, I'm hearing you, so what should I be doing? This is how you, as I've just already said, this is how you use the technique, the HALT technique. Pause and stop when experiencing high stress or a craving that make you feel like you need to take weed, you need to take cannabis, you need to drink alcohol. Pause, observe, be in touch with your inner self and find out, are you experiencing emotional distress, and take a moment to pause to say, am I experiencing emotional distress? And when I'm experiencing this emotional distress, what am I feeling like doing? Like I've just said, some people feel like cutting themselves, that's self-harm, not necessarily because they're suicidal, they just feel the emotional pain inside is just overwhelming for them to the point where they feel that physical pain will help them to cope better. Some people cut themselves, while others start feeling the craving to start to using, for example, cannabis again, or to start drinking alcohol again if they had stopped drinking completely. So take a moment to pause. Then assess these four categories or areas that I was just talking about right now. Am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely or tired? What is it? Which one is it that I'm feeling right now? Then take corrective action or corrective measures. If you are hungry, eat something. Eat a nutritious meal. If you are angry, step away from the situation and walk about. Step outside if you are in the house. If you've been inside the whole day, just step out, get out of your room, walk about in the garden, get a breather, get to breathe, and you can even use breathing exercise. And if you feel lonely, call a friend, just reach out to somebody for a chat. If you can't call your therapist and you can't call your parents, you can't call one of your siblings, just call a friend, somebody you could freely be able to connect with and chat without feeling judged. And if you are tired, take a rest. Take a rest and avoid buckling yourself with too much with online presence that can be overwhelming as well. So these are the benefits of using the HALT. As I was explaining, I was touching on the benefits as well. It can prevent relapse. That's the benefit of using the HALT. It can help you prevent relapse. It can help you, if you are in recovery, to recognize that the signs that might lead you to falling back into the old pattern of, say, cannabis dependency or alcohol. And then it helps you to regulate your emotion. So the benefits of HALT is it prevents relapse, creates emotional regulation, the ability for you to be able to regulate yourself emotionally. It helps you to connect your emotional outbursts to physical needs. It makes it easier for you to manage the lashing out, the anger outbursts when you use the HALT technique, because you will then be able to identify, oh, I feel so hungry, I haven't eaten anything the whole day since morning. Maybe this is why I'm feeling so irritable and grumpy. Maybe this is why I feel I crave taking cannabis, or I crave drinking alcohol. Maybe this is why I lashed out at my friend, my partner, my child, my daughter. It can also help you to improve your self-awareness. You will develop improved self-awareness because it encourages a proactive approach to address your mental and your physical health on daily basis. Every time you experience, whether it's at work or at home, with your friends, among friends, within the family, when you experience this anger outbursts, and you can be using the HALT to help you to manage. You become self-aware. Your emotional self-awareness improves. So it's highly beneficial in addiction recovery, but it's also effective in helping people who are struggling with anger management and stress management, because it enhances your emotional intelligence, your emotional self-expression, and your emotional self-awareness. As such, it reduces impulsive behaviors in day-to-day situation, tendencies to lash out. So it's an effective technique. I'm mentioning it because previously I talked about pause, and you can see it is similar to the pause in a way, but it focuses on hunger. Am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Am I tired? When you find yourself being irritable, being reactive, being lashing out to people, be asking yourself of this: did I get enough sleep? Am I tired? Did I eat anything? Or am I feeling hungry? Am I feeling alone? Am I feeling angry? What is it that I'm feeling? Manage your stress, anger, as well as for those that may be living with substance use disorder, to be able to manage those cravings. Remember, HALT stands for hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Until next time, thank you for listening.